Good morning. So I'm getting a late start. I will program a little bit longer today. Let's go for noon, I think we'll shoot for. Noon my time, so it's 10:15 right now. Normally I go till 11. Mondays I don't DoorDash. Now I do have the potential of a phone call for a work opportunity, so it's possible that I will have to get, hey Adiski, man, you're quick today. You got on there quick. I was just saying that I'm going to go a little bit longer. I usually go to 11 because I start at 9, and I got started late, so it's 10:15. So I'm going to go ahead and go till about noon, unless I get a call from a company who reached out to me. So the company reached out to me about a possible position. So they're actively recruiting for, get this, a VB.net position. Now, I used to be a VB.net programmer, but this was a long time ago. Without aging myself too much, let's just say it was a very long time ago. And yeah, I was pretty good. I mean, I considered myself probably about as good a VB.net programmer as I ever got to be at C#, which was what I did for most of the last 15 years or so. But the thing is, the company I was at before, the only VB I did last year, I did keep up with VB in general because Microsoft SQL reporting services, yeah, centuries. God, thoughts I get carried away. Microsoft's reporting services, SSRS, used, in order to manipulate, control, read, and do back-end control over SSRS, you had to use the rs.exe scripting scripting tool, whatever you want to call it. You had to use VB script though, because in their wisdom, Microsoft said, "Hey, let's come out with this scripting engine and make it VB only, no C#." No any other language. I mean, it had to be VB script. So I learned how to program and manipulate SSRS via VB script. This kind of manipulation is automating report deployments, automating report monitoring, and just doing a bunch of other kind of report controller related functionality, because I created what amounted to the report controller that would execute, run, deploy reports based on an interaction with the batch processes. So we had nightly batch processing, and you couldn't run reports until data was available, so we had to wait for batch to finish, but they wanted reports immediately, so I had this controller that would act as the intermediary between the two, and it would run and control the report processing. But in that, I implemented a bunch of monitoring and user controls and a bunch of other things, and all that used VB as the scripting engine or scripting language to control it. But beyond that, VB had no place in my world or any world I've seen since, other than that scripting, which I did a lot of, so I was pretty good at that. But still, it was only on that scripting because I had no use for it otherwise. We did C# on everything else. And so anyway, this person reached out and said, "Hey, we're actively recruiting for a VB.net position." I'm like, there's people using VB.net? It's like, I thought that died back when, in the early mid-2000s. I guess not. Somebody's still out there using it. I don't know what they're doing with it. But now, VB, in fact, I think VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, is still a thing. I don't know that you can program Microsoft tools with C#. I think it's all written in VB still. So VB still exists. I could be wrong. Maybe you can change the language used for programming Excel and Word and all those. I did a lot of Excel programming back then too, so I did a lot of VB. In fact, my VB experience was I did VB programming as an application. I did VBA. I did detailed Excel controlled VBA. And then, of course, I did VB script. So a lot of VB experience. But again, not a focus, because I didn't think anybody out there in the world used VB anymore outside of these other stuff. Oh, Access was the other one. In fact, I learned VB through what they call Access Basic, which eventually became VBA in Access. The one thing I ever got certified in was Access. I mean, an official certificate. Well, that's not true. I got an Azure, what do they call it? Azure, I don't know, the basic Azure certification. I have that. It's only a year or two ago, but mostly the one really useful certification I had was Access back in early 2000s. And so that's actually got me with my last long-term job at the company I was working at most recently, because they needed someone to come in and fix their Access database. And ultimately I just said, well, I was able to get it going and make it function, but the problem wasn't it was broken so much as it needed to be replaced because they were doing stuff in Access that was no longer, Access just couldn't handle it. It was too many objects, too many things going on. So I implemented some functionality in code that basically reduced the objects. I cleaned it up, made it more functional. But ultimately I said, hey, we got to move this. What's the plan? They go, well, we do have a plan. We want to eventually go to SQL Server. And I said, well, here, let me see if I can write a prototype if you're willing to let me do that on my, on work time. And he says, yeah, let's give it a shot. We'll let you work on it for how long you think. Prototype took me a few weeks. I was able to get essentially what it would look like for one of our reports to run through a controller. You ate with so much pleasure, your belly hurts. Must have been really good. What'd you do? Eat cake? It's like, what's so good that you either, too much. Ah, yeah, well, that's the other thing too. So you're either eating a lot or you're eating something that's so good it's not good for you. Eating something that's so good it's not. So lasagna. Oh, lasagna's good, especially if it's homemade. Is it homemade lasagna? I mean, there's a few places out there that make really good store-bought lasagna. But you know what I want to try lately? Oh yeah, nice. The Super Bowl reminded me, and I know it's probably not as good as it looks because it's fast food, but Wendy's has been advertising this breakfast burrito with thick potatoes, real chunk potatoes, which I love. I love like country style potatoes, which are the chunks of potatoes for breakfast. And it just looks really good. Now the tortilla's it looks store-bought. It looks like a store-bought tortilla, but the looks inside. Now, of course, things never look as good in reality as they do because they do stuff that, in fact, the food you look at on commercials is, I like tomatoes a lot. My daughter, even my wife, isn't a big fan of too much tomatoes. Oh, because they're big? Yeah. Anymore, it's like they do stuff to make them get all crazy. So you never know what you're up against. But hey, tastes good. We'll just hope that somebody out there is keeping them from putting too much poison in there. It's like a friend of mine who's always knocking me for... I drink a fair amount of caffeinated drinks. I'm pretty health conscious, so I won't drink like cans and cans and cans of these things, right? But I will drink one on the every couple of days, or on Friday or Saturday I might drink two. But a lot of times it's like a super caffeinated and like a Kickstart. Kickstart's not bad. It's about the amount of caffeine as a Coke, right? So 60, but it's a bigger can, so you're getting more drink for the same caffeine. Which, by the way, is about as much as a cup of coffee. Coffee's 90. I think Kickstarts are 80, so it's close. But I also drink Ghost and Rockstar and those kind of things. I like those kind of drinks. I like Monsters. I don't like all of them, but I only drink the 0-calorie ones, right? So I have a friend of mine who, even though he says, oh, you can't drink this because it's got this fake sugar and that fake sugar and you're going to, all this. And I'm like, he says, I get so many bad headaches and stuff from these things. I'm like, dude, it doesn't bother me. And I don't think it's poisoning me. I'm in pretty good shape. I don't feel like I've had any major things going on with my body, and I've been drinking these things for years. But I think it's moderation. I mean, drinking one a day or occasional two, and it's not even every day, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's just everything in moderation, right? So, not healthy. No, they are not health drinks. But then again, what drink does it, I mean, unless I drink a lot of milk, that's healthy-ish. You know, people say, they say cow milk's not that healthy, but, you know, other than water, what's healthy? If you drink juices, oh, it's too much sugar. If you drink milk, oh, it's the cow, it's not really meant to be drank. If you drink, you know, everything's got somebody complaining about it. There is no healthy drink. V8 might be healthy, but that's got too much sodium. It's like sparkling water. Did you ever watch Ted Lasso? Ted Lasso hated sparkling water. It's actually a really funny show. It's pretty good because he traveled overseas to go coach a soccer team. He's a football coach, American football, and he traveled overseas to go coach a soccer team. And you know, they'd give him tea, and he doesn't like tea. They go, oh, it's tea. And they go, yeah, would you rather some water? And he goes, yes, please. And they'd give him sparkling water. He would drink it, and he's spitting it out. I was like, this is a guy after my own heart. I hate sparkling water. I mean, I hate it. There is no such thing as a good tasting sparkling water. Okay, well, if you consider ice, you know, ice lemonade or ice whatever, that's kind of supposed to be sparkling water. It's flavored sparkling water. Kinda. It's mostly water. I like those. I can deal with those. In fact, I have them in my fridge here. It's one of the few sparkling waters I can stand, and it's mostly just flavored. Well, yeah, I drink a lot of caffeine, and it barely bothers me at all. My heart, I mean, I drink 250 milligram pre-workout, 250 milligrams of caffeine pre-workout every morning, except Saturday, because I don't work out on Saturday. But I get up and I work out, do an hour and a half, whatever, exercise. And then I won't drink any more caffeine until usually in the afternoon if I drink any more. Because I like to, for one, when I do pre-workout, I always work out. I mean, it makes me not skip my workout. Because that's like, I'm not going to have 250 milligrams in me, build up that energy, and then not use it. Because I think it might bother me. But I won't let myself not do it. So it forces me to exercise, burn a lot of energy, and it kind of offsets it. And then in the afternoons, if I'm really feeling a need for a little extra kick, I'll do a kickstart, which is kind of like, it's 80 milligrams, which is less than a cup of coffee. Typically, a cup of coffee is about 90 milligrams of caffeine. But why is this not opening? Oh, there it goes. So the my next favorite drinks are high energy drinks. You're talking the Monsters, the Ghosts. Ghost has 200 and something also. It's really high. And I love Ghost, but again, I will only drink one every few days because it's so high and because I drink other things. Friday is the only day where I'll often drink 2 extra caffeinated drinks besides my pre-workout. Yeah, and then you hear stories like, what was it, that super tea or whatever it was that Panera sold to somebody and they died of a heart attack. It was like this monster drink that had, I don't know, 300 and something caffeine in it, 300 something milligrams of caffeine. And it's a big drink that really should be drank over a long period of time, right? But this girl apparently guzzled it. I mean, killed it in like, 15 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it took. And her body couldn't handle the caffeine intake. And she ended up having a heart attack and dying, and it was pretty scary. But it's like, And it was even, I think it might have been even more than 300. It might have been 350 or something crazy. You can probably look it up somewhere. But it wasn't meant to be drank that fast. Big drinks like that are supposed to be spread out. In fact, when I drink a monster or a ghost, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to finish the drink. I rarely finish it right away, because what I'll usually do is mix it with like my workout drink, not my pre-workout, but like this is just Gatorade and protein. That's all this is. In fact, I need to drink something. I'm really thirsty. Honestly, this should be gone. I should have drank it all by now. I didn't work out as hard as I should have. Yeah, well, anything that's sweet can be dangerous if you don't regulate yourself. It's like you overdo it. You're either going to get fat, you're going to get too much, you're going to get sick. There's something, and when I say too much, you're going to pollute your body, or you're going to feel like blah. Yeah. Sometimes the carbonation, if it's well carbonated, will slow you down, because a lot of times it's hard to guzzle a carbonated drink. I like carbonated drinks. That's the thing. I like carbonated drinks. I don't like, which is funny because I hate carbonated water, but I like regular water. I tend to drink regular water mostly at night. Something about it. At nighttime, I like a plain cup of water, and I'll drink a bunch of plain water. I don't really care for it during the day. And then during the day, I drink my workout drinks, sometimes mixed with either, if I want to go low caffeine, I'll mix it with an ice lemonade. And then if I want a little bit of caffeine, I'll throw a Kickstart or a Ghost in there. Rarely both, unless it's a Friday. Friday's the one day I stay up really late, so I let myself have a little extra caffeine. Still doesn't affect my sleep, but it helps keep my brain functioning clear, and I'm able to keep going. Unless I get up too early or don't sleep well Thursday night, and then that's a whole nother problem. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get... Alright, so one of the things I did Friday and yesterday, I refactored again. I did more refactoring, which is always a risk, right? Anytime you refactor, you're risking... Hey, Azito, I thought I was talking... You guys both have names that end in numbers start with A. So, you guys... and you guys came in at the same time today. So, I apologize. I for some reason, I was just seeing A number. And it's really two different people talking to me. So, hey, guys. You guys came on quick. I usually don't have you guys on until I've been on for over an hour. That's probably because I came on right at lunchtime for you guys. Huh? But anyway, I refactored. And if you're a programmer at all, which I know, a lot of people who do manage to watch are programmers, and refactoring is great. I mean, it's good for the code, but not always good for your sanity. Because you will break things. Things will get broken while you're refactoring and you're trying to clean up, trying to get going. So what I did to refactor is I decided that I wanted to pull, I did some research, did some back and forth in my head, and ultimately settled on kind of a half and half of what I wanted to do. I was thinking of going with a backend or an extra database service. Instead of having all my services just talk to the database directly. But really what that came down to was I was thinking, well, that could be problematic, right? So I looked around, and because it becomes a single point of failure, right? Something happens to your database service. Yes, I did. In fact, I'll show you that in just a moment. I did fix the scroll. Well, I mostly fixed it. I actually want to implement it. But yeah, I got it working on both pages. But when I put the database in the back end, now it's going to... Let's see what happens. Because... oops. What did I just do? I don't want this thing. So what I did is I decided not to go with a full-on database layer or a database service. I decided to go ahead and put some a database, what they call it, AI called it a database I don't know, schema layer or something like that. I don't know what it called it. It's a database layer that I put some functionality of the database that's going to be commonly used in the common folder, so they all can pull that in. But ultimately, they all still make their direct call to the database on their own. So I don't have that single point of failure. That's the problem with having a service, right? Because if the service crashes, everything dies. There's nothing that works. Ideally, you can't do much without the database anyway. But maybe it's just the service issue, not a database issue. Obviously, if the database goes down, we don't want the database to go down. But it just takes out that. Plus, if there's a lot of traffic, if my game is as successful as I know it will be, millions and millions of people using it, I don't even think Madden can claim millions of people using their game at once, as far as football games go. So I'm thinking, even if I get 1,000 people at one time using it, which would be pretty good. What is Marvel Snap right now? I think I saw somewhere that they're doing 7,000 at one point currently. It was as high as, I don't know, 10 or 20 or something thousand people at once. But now it's down to like 6 or 7. Still decent, but to expect to be at that level because they had all the promotion, and plus it's not football. Football is a niche. So unfortunately, even if this is the greatest game ever, which of course it will be, says me, I'm filling a niche that doesn't have tens of thousands of active people to play it. It may have 50,000 downloads in it, maybe even 1 million downloads. I think Madden manages 5 to 10 million downloads, but active players, it just doesn't. American football's an American game, right? There's people who play it outside of the U.S. who like it, but it's smaller. It's not like soccer where the entire world is playing it. And so a really good soccer game. By the way, I heard that one of the most famous, the most popular soccer games is called Football Manager, and they do an annual thing like Madden does. But apparently they canceled 2025. Because they do a 2024, 2023. They've been doing them, but they just recently decided, nope, we're not doing. They're not going out of business or anything. I think they just decided it wasn't enough, or they didn't have enough functionality or something, and they just said we're going to focus on 2026. So maybe they decided they just wanted to roll it all up into one. Let's get this. Let's make a progress here. All right, so we're going to go CD. We'll do a build. I think I already did the build, so I think we're okay here. And everything's green on these, so that at least tells me that there's a pretty good chance that everything's going to start up okay. I believe last night I already did this, so we should be okay. Getting it up and running is one thing. I haven't actually tested it since I did the refactoring in play though. So there was that bug I ran into, and it was the cause. Oh. Here's what pulled me back into the back end. I was working on the scroll, the image scroll. And one of the things I needed to start doing was pulling out data from my token. Well, it turns out my token wasn't actually giving me the data I thought it was. And it turns out I didn't really I never played with the token. All I did was validate it. Is this a good token? Yeah, it's a good token. All right, everything loads. Well, in trying to load my game plan, I was using a dummy user ID. I just throw in user123 and I just say, just whatever, use that. So it would go out to the database and create a generic whatever. And using user123, I go, well, let's get rid of user123 and actually load the username from the token. So I went to run that and it blew up. And I'm like, what's going on? It's like, oh, apparently I'm not loading the username. So I had to go back to the back end and start fiddling with getting the token. And I'm like, wow, I don't have this configured at all. So I started adjusting how, trying to line up the token. So I had the username and it would pull in the user. And I started realizing the database parts are like, well, I don't want all this stuff in the auth because this is just the data that's pulled back. And the whole turned into a thing. And I ended up refactoring out the database out of all of my currently working services. And not fully, just like I said, the layer. So I have these couple of layer items that moved into the common, and that's where we're at. So let's go see what's still broken. Game plan. Oh. Doing these one at a time because I want to see if, oh, look, something's broken. Oh, something's unhappy. Unfortunately, I can't really show you the scroll thing until I get this going again. So I said I'm going to go till noon, my time. I know that's totally not the time. Some of you, which one of you is it that it's like 2 o'clock in the morning? You got crazy hours over there. Is that you, Azito? I can't remember. Oh, a Disky. Oh, okay. I knew one of you were like way up, way away. You're doing your late night streamer watch. Oh, okay. So you're not too bad, Azito. A Disky. Oh, 8:40. Oh, it's still. I guess it was the afternoon when you were watching last time. Then when it was still early in the morning. All right, let's see what I got here. Existing index has the same as the requested index. Oh, okay. I think I may have not removed something in my game plan. When I refactored stuff, I moved stuff to the other service, but I may not have gotten rid of some stuff, like my indexes or something didn't set up right. It's game plan, right? Yeah. All right, let's see. I want to get this and show you. It actually looks pretty good. The scroll, it looks cool. It's exactly how I envisioned it, and I want to show it to you, but I gotta get it going here. I gotta fix the back end stuff before it'll load even, because the game plan is what needs to load, and that's the piece I need to fix or make it look as good as the account page and stuff does. Alright, so let's see here. You're trying to create an index. Where was I creating the index at, though? I thought, where is it creating? Oh, it's doing it in the function. See, there's some things that were different. So we're using base store. First, drop existing indexes to avoid conflicts. Wait. Create indexes using common layout with explicit name. Oh, probably because see, this is why you have to have a common database layer. Notice how it says I'm using different collations, which means when I created it in AMG Auth or Playbook or one of those guys, when I created it in those locations, it used a different collation method. It wasn't consistent. So if this is the correct answer, which it usually is, but this is why you have to make things share. Let's see if that works. It's kind of weird that I have to drop the indexes because ultimately you drop them once. Do you ever need to drop them again? Let's DB is initialized to index creation. So a lot of times I'm just asking questions that are teaching me stuff, you know, and I'm starting to gronk a lot more. Yeah, so I don't want to do that. Overly aggressive is not great. Here's a better approach. Yeah. Let's go with better approach. See, you gotta ask questions, man. Don't just let AI come in and just do stuff. You gotta it helps to understand a little bit of what's happening, but also know that databases, you know, once the index is set, the idea is to make sure everything is on the same page. So these create indexes is important, but you only want to do it once if you don't have to. Don't let AI just do stuff. I tell you, man. I know I've already told both you guys this, but anybody else who watches this, don't let AI just do stuff. Check it out. Watch its lines. See what it's trying to do. Make sure it doesn't delete functionality. When I was refactoring my database yesterday, I was like watching I'd be asking it questions. I'd be, well, what happened to this? Oh yeah, we need to put that in there. I'm like, okay, thanks. It's like, oh yeah, we need to add all this stuff. It's like, you're trying to make me angry, aren't you? Who, AI? AI is not smart enough to steal. I make so many mistakes. It's like, and it's got a memory that's only this long. You'll be talking to it. It's answering questions. Oh wait, wrong thing. I didn't build. Probably still not going to work if it, because run kind of builds. Oh, I did build. Oh, okay. It still didn't like it. What's the problem now? It's still having problems with whatever. Failed to create store. Failed to create index. That's the same error. Did we even make any progress? All I did was get past the build this time. Oh, interestingly enough, I actually got past the build last time. So, guess that's not an accomplishment. So syntactically, there's no problems, but functionally there is. What is going on here, man? You messed it up again. You still didn't get my index. Do I have an indexes function somewhere? All right. Request index. All right. This did not work. All right. I think it's possible. Take a look at my database. Database.go common. I think it's DB. Yeah. Database.go. Go. Let's see. Because I think it's already doing some kind of thing. It is in the same script name? Yeah. It is in the same script name? No, see, I don't have any other calls to this. Ah, see. Oh, okay. The error occurs because an index using user ID 1 already exists. You're trying to create a similar index with a different collation. The index names were conflicting. Oh, are you talking about with AI? AI not remembering stuff? Is that what you're referring to? Um, yeah, it actually will lose track in the same script. I've had that happen a couple of times. But really, the problem is mostly in the Copilot version of the scripts. If I'm doing it out on the web, like if I'm on ChatGPT or Claude on the web page, it's much better. It'll actually remember the conversation. But it's limited, right? Because you're going to hit a point where it stops looking. But you can actually refer back a lot easier. Copilot here, you can go on and on and on, but it loses track. It'll forget. You have to literally kind of remind it and tell it, check this or do that or look at this. So you have to make references, because after about 3 or 4 things, it starts giving you things that overwrite what it told you before, simply because it forgot it told you this other stuff. It doesn't know that you're continuing the question. So yeah, Copilot's not great for long conversations unless you're constantly feeding it reminders. Oh, this got a lot longer. See, I don't. To me, this looks. Why not that? Why? I guess they don't usually do else, but I still think this is weird. Collated. Huh. I don't know if I like it. Sometimes if I want other languages or other formatting. Let's see. We're going through the game plan. Check if it exists. Huh. Something feels weird there. But it is the right declaration. I don't need to ensure collation. I have no qualms about any kind of specific collation. I just want it to be consistent. Consistent. Oh yeah, and it doesn't use any conversational stuff. It just says, this is what's going on, do this. ChatGPT and Copilot and Claude, even though you're using Claude on here and ChatGPT, it takes out all the conversational part of it, which is less fun to use. And sometimes it can actually be detrimental because it doesn't give you a whole lot of feedback. Wow. Every time I've asked it a question or redirected it, it goes, oh, well then let's do this or let's do that. And then I don't even know if it's going to work, because it's like, are you undoing what you did in the previous statement? So I've got 3 working services, 4 actually, if you count the gRPC gateway. And in that time, I've learned a lot more, started refactoring a lot more, cleaning things up to get things all nice in line, because ultimately I have a lot of services to go. I have my league services, my player services, my account service. I got a bunch of services that are going to be required in this game. And I'm so glad it occurred to me to get all 3 of these solid and clean and fully functional, or at least structurally functional. And because, man, it would have been such a pain in the rear to be trying to update 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 services like this, because I'd be rewriting all of them. They all would have some kind of weird. So now when I create a new service, I'm working with the AI. I go, all right, I'll copy a previous service, update it, get it the way I want, but now I know it's functionally identical. And then I just kind of, if I mess up on syntax or whatever, I'll have the AI kind of say, all right, what am I doing wrong here? As I'm trying to learn Go or whatever. But at least I know that I'm already structurally the same. Because when I did this the first time, all my services were built differently. Because they all had ways of doing the same. There's multiple ways to do the same thing. And I picked the one that I thought was the nicest, and then I synchronized them all. Let's see what this does. Still didn't work, man. You're still noodlehead. Okay. An existing index has the same. All right, so maybe what I need to do, what if I just run something and drop the index and not start? Okay, so maybe I could just run a command or something that just kills the existing index and rebuilds it. Oops. Nope. We'll give it this again. I think there's probably just a command, a Mongo command or something I can run that would just drop this index. With SQL, I know it, but I've never tried. I don't know the commands and the processes to do this through command line. I'm always used to, like in SQL, I would open up SSMS. Yeah. And then I would just run the command in the CLI. But I don't know the commands that I would do here. No. No, let's try this. Let's see if I can reword this out. I want to exclude the drop from my code if possible. So a one-time run that drops the indexes, and all future builds will use correct index. Use database.go common. I may have worded that wrong because it's probably going to get confused. Oh, I guess that's a thought. Stick it in there and then delete it. Okay. Keep the standard index creation in store.go. Okay, so we'll do this. Standard index. I think that's kind of what I'm doing up here, but yeah, I didn't do anything. Okay, so, but what we want to do, run the migration script. What is this? Scripts, migrate indexes.go. All right, where would I want to put that? Let's go ahead and put it in common. And we will go, let's see, scripts, sure. Scripts, what do we call it? Migrate indexes.go. And we're going to go cd common. And then we will run the command. I don't want to copy that or run that. All right, so go run scripts, migrate. All right, let's try it. Declared and not used indexes. Wait, what? Alarm? Oh, that's an alarm. Oh, okay. I already did that. I set alarms for myself to do things because what do you call it? Notes or reminders are stupid. Like if you do tasks or you do a calendar item, your reminders usually like it might pop up for a second, but if you click on something, it disappears and it just ends up in your task list and you don't ever, there's no audible or slap you in the face. Do this. If it's something I need to do at the moment of my alarm or at the moment of time, then yeah, because the thing is, alarms they override your volume too. So if you normally like a task reminder or any other kind of calendar item, they won't override your volume. So if your volume's off, which mine usually is, you won't hear it. You won't get the reminder. So if I need to do something at a specific time and I need to act, I set alarms and then I just title it. I go, taco time rewards at 2:00 on Tuesdays. It goes off at 2. I log into taco time. I check for my reward because literally it's gone within a minute. Usually within a minute or two. If you don't log in instantly, you're not getting it. It's not happening. So, like last Tuesday, it was Crunch Wrap, whatever. I live literally like a mile away from Taco Bell or whatever the heck. I think it's Taco Time. No, it's Taco Bell. Yeah, it's Taco Bell. But anyway, it's really close. I like Taco Bell, but not so much I'm going to eat it all the time. But every Tuesday they do this thing where you get some item, usually for $1. And they do other weird stuff too. They give away weirdnesses that I don't want, like collectible this or that or whatever. It's not my thing. But I wonder what's going to happen. I probably should close. Oh, no, don't do that. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully my stream will keep going. I may have killed something. I rebooted my other computer, but my OBS is referencing files on that computer. So we're going to see what happens. My little images there are on shared drives. So yeah, if something happens, blows up, you'll know what happened. I don't know if it's going to go, I lost connection. But all right. What is the problem now? Let's see. Come on, I gotta get this running. I want to get my other part. Come on. I just need to fix indexes that at some point were created poorly. Oh shoot! You know what? Oh, maybe I should save though. That would probably help. So here's the thing. This is what I was going to say. I'm fixing this here. I was thinking just dump it in my local database and then rebuild it fresh. But I may have to set my other databases to be, I think there is a way to make them reset, which I'll probably do. I didn't want to reset this one, but I think I need to make my other environments reset the database because I don't want to run the script everywhere. Lazy? No, I just, I don't want to build one-time kludgy things into my code. It's got to be something that's going to be used or has a use in the future. So, yeah. This is like a one-time thing. It's only because it wasn't built right the first time. Aha! Game plan is up and running. All right, that's 2. Now let's go try to see if I get the third one going, or third and fourth one. I don't think the fourth one's going to be a problem. It's this one. Let's see what this one does. Before I try and run playbook service, is there anything I need to do to bring the indexes in line with the way they are created in game plan /AMG? And that's another thing about AI. It's kind of cool. Okay, so I like, I don't have a problem with learning code and coding it, but when you have a lot of code and you start having more and more modules and functionality, the time it takes you individually to go through all your code and read through and track things down and go, okay, this needs to be tweaked or that needs to be tweaked, when it's just a common point, it's just so much easier to go to AI and go, look, you see this structure, compare it to my other stuff, tell me which ones need to be fixed. So much faster. Refactoring is a lot quicker when you do it with a little help from something that can, use its computing power to look at everything. No. See, it's getting lost. Game plan or playbook need to create a collection / store. They create the indexes, but in the same manner as each in the same manner of all its services. Coming up with words, man. It's got to be so explicit. I shouldn't need to do this now. No, I don't. What are you doing? Isn't, oh wait, did it even change anything? Sometimes they don't even change anything. It says, oh yeah, you just need to do this. And then you go look and it's like, yep, it's exactly the same. So collection, list, cursor, error, failed, check. And I hate, oh, here we go, next. It is doing something different. No? Oh wait, no, close. And then we got collections. Okay, then we got collection, indexes, after indexes, hit defer cursor close, which it didn't do, but then we jump to next, and we go index, cursor close, index name, blah, 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 and then it just closes it. It's just not deferring it, it's just doing it. Yeah, it's exactly the same. It didn't change anything. Just a little bit. Move the close from a defer to a just do it. All right. So that means indexes are getting created hopefully correctly everywhere. So that means the game plan should fire. Let's go CD. Playbook. Go build dot. Run dot. Yep, that one took off. All right, so we're good. We got things running. Nobody's complaining. So we're going to go over here to one last one. Let's try to get gateway going. Go run dot. I don't think I even need to do anything with gateway. Oops, that's not going to work. Oh, no! No! Don't do that. I don't think that'll be a... I don't know what's going to happen there. I think everything's running though. 8080's running. Should be failed to do these listens because they're not actually bound because it's already running once. But I think we're okay. All right, let's go start up PFFM web. All right, web. Let's go see if I can get things functioning enough to. Oh, I didn't tell you what my alarm was. My alarm was. My watch was almost dead, but I wanted to charge it, so I just set a time after my workout, after the things I would do in the morning that needed my watch, to remember to charge it. But I remembered this morning, and I put it on there as soon as I was done working out, and it was done charging already, and I didn't need to do that. But I forget to charge my watch, and then I go run off somewhere, and there's like, it's dead, because I don't have my watch charged. So that was an unneeded alarm today. Did I lose you guys? I'm getting a bad mojo on my screen here. I think I may. My thing says I'm streaming, but I don't think I'm streaming. If I am streaming, by all means, let me know. But I think I'm not streaming. I didn't even know. Well, maybe it is. I don't know what happened. It disconnected. But, oh well. Don't know. Oh, come on. I didn't even know you could do that. That's a thing. I somehow turned up the alarm or the volume by touching the screen. I didn't even know that was an option. Okay. All right, so pffm web npm run build. This may still fail, by the way, because I updated my token to have what I need, but I may not have updated the consumption of the token, which means it may not be good. You know, I think I need to open up one more thing here. Let's open up the root. When I have to talk to AI about my entire application, sometimes I need to let's create a new chat. Let's start over. Right. Can you confirm if my consumption of the DRIT token created in AMG auth is being properly consumed by bye. Automatically reporting issues in source files pertaining to accessibility compatibility. I'll show that again. I don't care. Is being properly consumed by the utils auth.js in pffm. I think it's not. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. Because it might. Yeah, something's off. I don't think I need both. No, I am using user ID and username. Well, maybe it is. It's going to tell me in a minute. Update the front end. Let's update. I don't like sub. I think that's a weird thing. It's subscriber. It's a claims because it's claim. The nomenclature that it uses token stuff is claims and subscriber. And it's weird. I don't know if I like that. So maybe I'll do the back end. Map claims, which is in the druid.go. Which I believe is in AMG auth. Utils. Nope, not utils. Oh, maybe it's in common then. API? Nope. Where the heck did I put that? It's got to be up here. Internal? Oh, it is. Internal. Wow, that's weird. Why did I use internal? Sometimes I let the ideas provided by oops, nope, don't want all that. Let's just do this. What is IAT? Anybody? What the heck is IAT? What is Internet of Things? That's what no, that's IoT. Jeez, I don't even know what that is. Internet at Things. What is IoT? Because even by default, it's not in my code. Issued at time is a standard root claim that indicates when the token was issued. Well, yeah. All right, so let's go with this version. I don't know. Roll. I think I will keep roll. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but we're going to keep it. I might, because at some point I may have, you know, functionality that's determined by like admin or something like that. Like me. You know, like if I want to play somebody and want to cheat, I can write the code so that me can change it so that I win all the time. Just kidding. Well, what fun would that be? People would be afraid, oh, he's impossible to beat. I don't know why. Oh, well, maybe because he's cheating. Somebody would figure it out. Somebody would download my code and they'd go through and they'd go, hey, this has an admin feature that allows such and such to cheat. Oh, no wonder he wins all the time. And then they'd figure out how to hack it and everybody'd be cheating. And I'd be like, who's screwing with my game, man? Oh, that's my fault. I put that stupid thing in there. It's like, no cheating allowed. I mean, you know, unless it's me. All right. All right, let's go back to... Okay, so... I don't know what's... I don't know what the red stuff is here. Maybe I should stop. I probably have to stop. Nope, go away. Fifine. This one. Oops, doesn't like it. What'd you do? Unexpected new line in composite literal, possibly missing comma. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, it's always weird. This is one, Go and a couple other languages do that, where they have a list. If they have a list, it ends with a comma, which is really weird. It's like if you're doing like other apps like C# or VB, or anytime you do a list in one of those languages, you don't end a list with a comma. A comma implies there's another thing after it. In fact, usually it'll syntax will fail. It'll say an extra comma, you know, whatever, because it's expecting more stuff. Well, in Go, it's the opposite. You put a list with comma delineation, you have to end it with a comma. It's just bizarre. I mean, even in normal real world language, you don't put extra commas on stuff. Okay, so now I think All right. Now, there is a point in which I have to get the user ID, generate token, validate token. And then there is a code. Oh, I'm in the wrong one, aren't I? Well, kinda. I should be able to see it here, though. All right, so we're going to go look at my data. MG auth data. No, game plan data. And then here, user ID. Okay, so user ID works. I don't know if that's syntactically the best. Oh. Whoops. Oh, no, we're okay. Never mind. Token payload field. That's the one I updated. We should be good. And, yeah, let's see what happens. Something's... I don't know what this is. Test. Oh, that was just me dangling. Let's get rid of that. Me putting in junk that shouldn't be there. All right. Is this the right one? No. Let's try this again. npm run build. Oh no, I know. npm. Oh, I did also manage to refactor out one of my image tags and replace it with the next image. It was actually not as easily done as I had hoped, but it functioned. So now I got to do the other one. Alrighty. Oh no! Come on! How does port 3000 keep getting stolen? What is it? Like it gets orphaned somehow. I don't even know how I'm doing that. Dang it, it's such a pain to clear it up too. What's using my ports, man? Alright, gotta close this guy off. And then I gotta go to PowerShell and do this all again. Because you have to do it in a... kill process. There is no process using. That's the problem. It's like nothing using 3000. It's just being stupid. Was it 4292? Okay, let's try this again. Ah, did I do it? I did! Same thing. I don't have type. Alright. Maybe we get to see my code now. See the end result of things. Alright. Did I run it? Was that run or build? That was build. Alright. npm npm Alright, gotta use my 3000, the right number. It must load them and keep them. All right, let's go here. Here we go, folks. We've got. So there you go. There's my new scroll setup. I told you I had it fixed. Mostly. So I have it set up so I can maneuver, reshape the screen, and kind of get it so that it's nice and in the setup. So there are some things. This is how I want to update this though, and I'll show you what I'm doing. And this is actually this still looks a little off. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, it's easy to see and read, but thematically speaking, the text and everything is a little off. So what I want to do is do like I did on the account management, and I want to what I want to do is create a tailwind. I always want to say tailspin, like the old cartoon with the chipmunks. I think it's a Disney thing, right? Tailspin. I think it was called Tailspin. At workspace, can we create a common class name that holds in. I know you can. I don't know Tailwind very well though, so this is something I have to do. Tailwind that holds the text box formatting on this page. No, not on this page. On the oh no, it is on this page. Okay, on this page. So that it can be applied in different places within the application. A transparent background. Bold, red borders, and for text that is bold and red as well. Pretty sure Tailwind lets you do that. I just want to. I don't like the long lines. And what I would often do, because like if you want to change like how text looks, right? You don't want to have to change it on every single spot that you put text in. You want to change it just once and then it formats. Like you have a standard look for text, or maybe it's just my scroll or data input pages or whatever. But I'm going to be using this, I think, in a few different spots. So Alright, so we're going to go here. And then we're going to go over to my Tailwind config, which is going to be somewhere. There we go. And then we already have theme in here. We're going to extend other extensions. Got plugin. Wait, I don't have plugin? Oh, I do have plugin. Oh, he added some plugins. Core plugins. Safe list. I don't know what that is. All right. Might need that. Probably keeps me from... Oh, it's a core plugins that we're putting in here. And then they're doing... Oh, they're called layers. Huh. Wait, that's kind of weird. Add custom classes. And down here, custom classes. It's like, well, why aren't they up here then? It's like, I don't think that's supposed to be there. Oops. Oh, I took it out, so. Oh, whatever. Input red transparent, text red bold. Now, do I like input red transparent? Then in your global.css, add. All right. Global. Wait, I do have a global.css, right? Center resources? Nope. I thought I had a global.css. What the McNoodles, Ken? Global. Do I not have a global.css? Oh, wait, I'm not scrolled all the way down. I'll be. Wait. How do I not have a global.css? Oh, there it is. Globals. Globals.css. Okay, I was just looking in the wrong place. Why does Tailwind on this page have unknown? Am I missing some kind of declaration on this? I know I've been using Tailwind, so this should work, but there's something weird going on here. The unknown error for... Really? Thought I had this in already, though. I can see here. I didn't do anything. Properly configured and in the root directory. It is in the root directory. It's right here. Type, import, Tailwind CSS config. Don't know. That update didn't do anything. Stop it quick. Hopefully this isn't going to orphan. All right, we're going to go back over to my global.css here. It's not tailwind.css. What's it called? Tailwind config.js. Config.js. Source app. CSS. I have a feeling it's not mapping to it correctly or something. jsconfig.json. Okay. jsconfig.json. Oh, I don't have anything in here. I don't like warnings. I like things to be clean. All right, let's see what that does. It looks like it matches with the exception of my extra stuff, but extra is not usually as bad as not enough. So I think we're good there. Does that do anything for the globals? Nope, that didn't do anything either. Except I'm pretty sure if it doesn't work if the globals don't identify, I don't see how this functions. But we will try to stop. Oh, I already did stop it. Well, I never did run npx tailwind init. Huh, I never tried that. Let's see what that does. npx tailwind css init. Nope, it had no trouble with that. I don't know where I'm supposed to put these things. It's probably in this. Well, I have a feeling this isn't going to work. Apply directives. Which usually means that the Tailwind system is not configured properly. To fix this, ensure that you have the Tailwind CSS and Post CSS plugins installed. Did that. I have that stuff. Do I have this stuff? Module exports. source. So we have content source. Well, the only thing I'm missing in that JS, TS, JSX, TSX. I don't have HTML. I guess I can throw HTML in here. Source dot dot. Actually, that's not even in there. It's a different one. And then those things. Okay, so. Okay, this is not working. It's not working. Why? Why? What's the problem? Unknown at rule at tailwind. CSS unknown at rules. Alright, time to ask the big boys. I don't know if the big boys have an answer anymore, but sometimes you just got to give someone else a chance to answer the question. What is really my problem? And honestly, I get better answers almost always from the big brothers. The true to life, actual coding expert brothers. Now, I'm not a big fan of using my clods, but I'm going to. Getting an unknown error on my tailwind. Unknown. That's actually called unknown at rule at tailwind error on my globals.css resulting in a unknown will apply and unknown at rule apply. This is my goals.css. It resides in my source app folder. Source app folder. While my tailwind.config.js is located application root, which is at the same level as the source folder. And if I should put this in there, this is my globals. This is my tailwind dot config dot js. Yeah, I gather something's up. I always like it when you say, I have a problem. And it goes, oh, well, you got problems. I'm like, well, no kidding. When I ran the dash D, or when I ran the build, did I run it with a dash D? I did install dash D. Yeah. I didn't do init dash P. Pretty sure I didn't do that one. And it just said already installed. Yeah, I didn't do a dash P. I guess I could try to do it with a dash P, but I don't think that matters. Oh, it did too. It created a post CSS there also. Interesting. But that didn't do anything for my problem. Alright, so what are we missing here? Go away. jsconfig.json. That's exactly the same. How is that? I already have that in there. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's go here. Jeez. It's already tailwind CSS. Create a new post CSS config.js. I don't know what post CSS's role in life is, but that's new. Always gives you hope when it actually does you something that's new, something that no other AI is before it has told me. Wait. Oh, it isn't new, but I did just create it, so maybe that's the thing. Didn't actually change it. Then modify your tailwind. Alright. How is it actually modifying it? Tailwind css.config. Nothing different there. Dark mode, okay. Source. Everything starts with source. Then we got app components. JS, TS, JSX, TSS, NDX. CS, module CS, HTML, JS, TS, JSX, TSX. Alright, I don't see how this is different. I have already run the npm install and init. Can you please point out the lines in the tailwind.config.js that are different from the file I provided? Okay, when AI tells you, you got this 50-line piece of code here, make sure it looks like this 51-line piece of code. And you're like, and it doesn't tell you if they're different, actually. It'll just say, make sure it looks like this 50-line piece of code. And you're like, okay. So you go line by line, trying to find which one is a little bit different. It's so annoying. I said, just look at it, man. Tell me which one's different. I don't know what's different. All right, so remove this entire first module exports. This should go in post. Really? Yeah. And that's okay, so that's already there. Remove these sections from the bottom of your config. Everything else in your config can stay the same. Wait, does that fix it? No. Remove these sections from the bottom of your config. Okay. If I remove core plugins, section and layers section, where do they go? That's not doing anything. That did not fix my problems, buddy. I don't know. Sometimes AI just doesn't know the answer. I'm telling you. You're like guessing. It's like, why is this having a problem? Everything is... And then you have to figure it yourself. Or, and when I say you, I mean me. Okay. But still, it doesn't fix my problem because I've still got the issue of it doesn't work. That's the problem. That's the problem. The problem I've got is it's still a problem. Okay, well, unfortunately, after all that, the globals.css is still showing unknown error or tail end. back to tailwind. And we'll throw in the package.json. Nope. Post yes. This is the newly created post css.config. Alright, let's see. I noticed that your Tailwind config content appears to be in a global CSS file. This needs to be separated. Let's fix this structure. Alright, global CSS. What'd they do? Don't see anything different. But I will copy it just because I can't see what's different. I don't know. I don't see anything different. Create separate Tailwind config in your root directory with... Why would I create a... What do you mean a separate one? Oh. Oh. I think you are seeing the code I gave you wrong. That's what's wrong. The first part is globals CSS. Exactly as you show. The second part is the tailwind.config.js. Then the post CSS. If you're using Next.js, make sure you're importing a global CSS. App layout.js. Import. Hey, Disky 800, how's it going, man? You're back. You've had to go work, huh? You actually had work to do, did you? I'm having an issue with my formatting. I tried to lay it out. Did you, oh, did I close it? I did. You weren't here, though. I did show my working scrolls and the way it was laid out, but now I'm trying to do some formatting on it. Universalize it, try to make it easier. You had to eat your lunch. Well, that makes sense. But easier is not exactly you try to implement something. Tailwind, it's supposed to make things easier for you, right? But Tailwind does not always, getting it set up to work right, it's not always the case. So my layout.jsx import, I have an import.global CSS, so that's already there. Check your package. JSON has right versions of dependencies. What do you get when you run? Alright. I don't know. What do I get when I run that? Deduped. I don't know what deduped is, but we're going to show it here. Well, my layout.jsx in the same location as the globals dot CSS already has the defined import. I get this with this command. And giving it everything I got, man. This is my layout.jsx. Do I? It says you got multiple versions. I do have a lot of crap going on. I got 420, 8.5, 8.5, 8.4. I don't really need this one. I don't know why that 15 thing is in there. But uninstall post CSS auto. First, uninstall current packages. Okay. That didn't work. A lot of errors. Sheesh. I'm going to run out of my... I'm going to use up all of my Claude on this. Dang it. I didn't think it would be that complicated. Come on, Claude. At least Claude's doing something. The other one just kept running me around in circles. But if you can't solve it in like 10 questions, it's like Claude goes, okay, your time's up. It's like, it's your fault you didn't solve the problem. This is the uninstall result. Lots of errors. npm cache clean force. Legacy dash peer dash tips. Okay. Also delete your node modules and package lock JSONs. Okay. We're just totally cleaning house, looks like. This is going to make for a long fix. Takes a little time to get this one to run correctly, because I'm dumping everything to allow it to reset itself, which is fine, but it takes time. Uninstall with legacy pure depths? I'd never done an uninstall with that. So we have dependencies blocking, and to force it, I needed to do the oh, this is doing a lot more. A lot more. I spend a lot of time, it feels like, just getting things installed correctly. It just seems like nothing is just do it and it works. Oh, that's right. You said you had one more test to go or something. Is that, and that's this week? You're just studying for it? Good luck, man. Hope it goes well for you. I didn't take my lunch break. I should probably go take my lunch break. But I'm going to try and get this piece done here. I'm going to spend, if I need to, I'll spend an extra half hour. I'll be back at calculus. I took calculus in my last year of high school. And I liked it better than trigonometry. I hated trigonometry. But you know, I didn't do great in calculus because it was my last semester of high school. I didn't do that great in trigonometry for the same reason, because that was my first semester of high school. And I was like, I have so many better things to do than do this freaking hard class on my senior year. My senior year, I'm like, I don't want to do any more hard stuff. I'm done, man. I want to be lazy for half a year, because it was the only hard class I had. I had finished all my credits. I was ready to graduate. I could have graduated technically at midterm, but I wanted to graduate with everybody else. So I took some easy stuff, but I took calculus, thinking, oh, I'm good at math. I'll be fine. I was like, no, this is hard. I don't want to do this. I think I ended up getting like a C or something. I mean, I passed, but it wasn't pretty. I stumbled my way across the finish line with that one. Let's do this cache clear before I do anything else. Now we'll do this. All right. Now, after that, we'll run this. But I do need to put my NPMs back. It killed my node modules. I got to put that back in there. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to eat yet. I'm sure I'll have to go browse through the refrigerator options. I don't know that we have. We did watch the Super Bowl yesterday. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that. The even in the world, the Super Bowl's a thing. I mean, it's one of the few American sports. Actually, at least as far as here in the U.S. goes, the Super Bowl is the most watched TV program every single year. I don't know if it's ever been beat here in the U.S. I mean, I'm sure like the World Championship soccer's probably seen. Well, I don't even know if that's been watched more because, the countries that care the most care about what's there. But I don't know. The Super Bowl is watched worldwide, so it's pretty big. Even considering it's football and people don't like it as much as soccer, but it's a spectacle, I guess. Let's see. Most watched, no, wrong thing. most watched. I think soccer is probably bigger, but we'll see. Most watched TV show. Over, let's see, year. Most watched TV program. Each year for the last 10. Let's see. Let's see what. Let's see if I'm right. See, look. Super Bowl 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 56, 78. 123.7 million people watched the Super Bowl in 2024. Now, I don't know what it was for this last one, but as you can see, it's pretty freaking highly watched. I didn't even say Super Bowl, so I didn't know. The most watched TV program each year for the last 10 years has been the Super Bowl. And I don't know if that's worldwide or not, but it certainly is in the US. Is this a US statistic or worldwide? It's probably a US statistic. Ah. Oh. It has significant watch, but yes, the US controls that statistic the most. We are the reason for it, but still it's pretty crazy. Even the games that nobody wants. It's like nobody wanted Kansas City to be there again for the third time. So probably the majority of the United States was rooting for the Eagles. Come on, Eagles, put them down. The Eagles are like, okay, sure, we have no problem putting them down here. All right, well, did that fix anything? I don't even think that fixed anything. Look, I didn't even fix it. All right. Yeah, I'm still getting nonsense. I think I even did the Tailwind P. Yeah. Everything installed, but sadly did not fix the problem. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this little listy thing again. Let's see if anything changed when I ran this. Oh, it is different. It did kind of sort of clean it up, but the list is a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller list, but did not fully fix it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what I want to do then. So I may have to just go back to. I don't know. It looks like I can't get the tailspin to install correctly. I don't know what's going on with it. Well, cleaned up a bit. And I run the npm list command provided earlier. However, still does not work. I don't think doing this again is going to make the least bit of difference. I don't know that any of these work well together. That's the thing. That's even worse. I got it worse. That did not fix anything. Yeah, look, I hit my free message limit. All right, you failed me. You failed me big time, buddy. 84, 84, 84, 84, 84, 84, 84. Well, it is all it's all the same version now, but it was 8.5. But problem's not fixed. Yeah, it doesn't. I just can't get this to work. And I'm pretty sure it's like when I copy this. I don't think anything gets this one to work. Doesn't really delete that. Well, they're all aligned now. they're all aligned. I don't even remember that changing. But when did I change that? Oh, I can't use that no more anyway. Alright, so let's... I think I'm going to have to bail on that whole plan. Tailwind is not being helpful. Alright, so I wanted to... What I was trying for... Okay, so to show what I was trying to accomplish here. You can see I have all of this stuff going on. I wanted to try to pull that out and just have it common because I want to use it the same style in a lot of different places. But because I have the same basic thing happening everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and run this now to show it and so that I can start manipulating the game plan page as well. I got to see if that works. But ultimately, it seems... I'm not going to get my Tailwind working. I mean, Tailwind is kind of working. I mean, this class names thing is working, but so there's some stuff that's working, some stuff that's not, and it could be some kind of a warning where it's functioning, but it's giving you bad appearance. I don't know. It's like some parts of it's working, parts of it not. I can't tell for sure, so I'm struggling with making it function right. How Let Loose. I've never even heard of that one. What is How Let Loose? Let's go over here. Game. How Let Loose. 40%. Oh, it's on sale. Oh, is it a first-person shooter? I don't play first-person shooters. I don't know why. I'm just not a huge fan of first-person shooters. Yeah, I've always been impressed by how they work, but I've never really been a first-person shooter kind of guy. Honestly, I think it's because I'm not a joystick guy. I don't know. Controlling stuff with a joystick always feels weird to me. Just trying to aim a gun with your joystick and just that kind of thing. Just never really, I don't know. Maybe it's my defeatist attitude. I just know other people are better at it than me. And it's like, I don't want to be trying to control this thing. I like tactical stuff. I'd rather tell I'd rather try to solve problems with tactics. Just let the characters do the work. I don't want to control the characters. I just want the character to do what they do and tactically try to win. Those are the games I like. That's why I always liked XCOM. XCOM is awesome. XCOM 2, XCOM 1, whatever. They're fantastic games. You build up your guys, they get better. You can strategize and tactically lay them out. And you have some control. I mean, where they're going to be on the field and who they attack and shoot at. But beyond that, the characters do the aiming. And that was fun. It's one of my favorites. I go back to that game all the time because it's just a fun game. All right, so we ran. Okay, so here we go. This is my scroll implemented. Now what I wanted to do, which I will do in a moment, in fact, let's do it right now because I think I can do that even while it's running here. Let's say I want to apply the same text box / text format, text box text formatting to the login.jsx. So we'll go over to login.jsx. I kind of feel like layout should be doing some of this stuff. No, we're going to use global. It does, but I'll tell you, I like it thematically. I think it fits better with my other thing here. So, I mean, this is just says me. It's like says me, which, you know, you could tell me if I'm wrong. But I like it because it just feels thematically better. I'll show you in a minute. So, file to use a common input and text classes we define in global / CSS. No. At workspace. Those globals don't work. The at tailwind is not functioning correctly. Can't do that. And then it's probably going to tell me how to fix Tailwind again. And do the same thing. You need to go through and check your other lines based on your blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know. I've done all that. Oh, well, it did add something. Alright, well, we'll add these 2 lines just to see if there's any chance it does anything. I've given up already, guy. Stop trying to tell me how to fix this. I've already given up. That's not even the same. Is that even the right thing? Wait a minute. Where is this? First, make sure both config files are properly set up. Post CSS config.js. I think there's something different about theirs. All right, I'm gonna. What's the worst that can be, right? What's the worst that can happen? It not work? Pfft, that's a given. All right, and then we're going to go back over to the tailwind. What has it got that's different? Anything at all? So we got source dot 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 dot. Okay, so we got dot CSS, module dot CSS. Hey man, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by there, Disky. You can see where I'm at next time we meet, but you have a good one. Hey, and good luck on your test and your calculus and all the stuff you're working on, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Alright, well, let's take these. Let's just overwrite what I've got, because nothing I've got has made any difference at all. So let's just drop what it says and see where we're at. No, doesn't work, man. Does not work at all. Try rebuilding, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm not doing this again. I've done enough of that. I have done all this stuff a gajillion times already. Install required dependencies. Next time I say it doesn't work, I'm going to say, look, I've already done all the dependency installs. I've already checked it, gone through it like 50,000 times. It doesn't work. Stop trying to tell me how to make it work, because it doesn't work. It's stupid. I thought maybe it would try something different. I'm not sure what it's doing here. It totally, what did it do here? Oops. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Wait. No. All of this. Still just doesn't do anything. Add layer. Add layer has a thing, but add apply doesn't want to exist. Nope. Still doesn't work, man. Huh. It's just not gonna work, man. What was the thing it wanted to do up here? Let's try one little thing to see if maybe this is working anyway. Because I have had code or had little things like this tell me it's not working, and then you go to find out that it actually is. So we're gonna go over to here, and then I'm gonna go to, let's just say, show register. Okay, so we got password. Go here, and we're just going to take username right here. If this is going to work, should be able to just do that. And then one of them will look good and the rest of them will look different. If this works. But I don't want to change everything and then find out it doesn't work. And then I think I'm taking my break. So we'll test this. Doesn't work, I'll do it the stupid way. What I might do is just put that in a string and then just put the string in. This way I can set it once at the top, which works as well, and I've done that before, where you take that whole string and you just apply it to a string value at the top of the method, and then you just insert it. This way if you make any changes, you only have to change the one string. Oops, something blew up. Doesn't like an error. I layout.jsx. Alright, well, I'll work on this a bit later. I gotta take a break. I need some food. I need to go get a couple other things done. I will be back this afternoon to finish the afternoon session, and we will get this going. Then, till next time, God bless.